How's everyone doing? Well, if you're not tired out from seeing lots of pulps from all the other cool booktubers who were hanging out at PulpFest and buying lots of pulps and showing their pulp hauls, just in case you're wanting a little more of that stuff, I was digging through my storage up here above the garage in the attic there where I have a lot of books and things stored, and been there for a long time, and I found a kind of secret stash of pulps that I forgot I had gotten a hold of sometime years ago. And I don't remember how I got them. I don't remember if someone gave them to me. My best friend Kelly is possible. I don't know. Or if I found them somewhere and just grabbed them. That's probably more likely from in a used bookstore somewhere around the Seattle area or elsewhere. I just don't know. But what I do know is I have some. One of the pulp magazines that I was aware that I had was this issue of the Shadow magazine from February 1st, 1943. And this one's in pretty nice shape. I already showed this one off a little bit in one of my posts on my channel. Can you guys see that cool cover? Very bright and colorful. This is the Shadow in his weirdest, most exciting battle. The Shadow meets the devil monsters. Complete mystery novel and other features. And you'll see on the back we got an advertisement for Calvaire. I'm assuming it's pronounced Calvaire. And this one is in nice shape. So you got to be careful with it though. So it stays in nice shape. This also has The Kid from Broadway by Grant Lane. Some kind of fingerprints thing. I don't know, codes, protect yourself, the Shadow Club, the Pulse of the Nation, other kind of features and highlights on the Shadow. There are some illustrations. Let me see if I can show you here real quick. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, that one is in nice shape, very nice shape. Some of these other pulps are less so. They were obviously, beat up, and I got them pretty cheap. But, as a little surprise stash, I'm pretty happy. So let's go through some of these. And again, unfortunately, some people wrote in pen the year, not on the plastic bag they were in. Most of these were in baggies, almost all. I've taken them out to show them off to you, and also the bags are filthy and dusty on the outside, so I need to get some nicer new bags for them. But I have this Famous Fantastic Mysteries from, looks like February 1953. There we go. Famous Fantastic Mysteries. Pretty cool cover there. Full Moon, an exotic fantasy mystery classic by Talbot Mundy. And I'm a little leery of opening these up too much, but this appears to have also The Eyes of Dromi by Cedric R. Menteplay and some features. So another couple Famous Fantastic Mysteries. This one unfortunately is missing any back cover, and this is from February 1950. Well, something's written on the front. As you can see, these are beat to shit, but still readable. We have Morning Star, full-length book by H. Rider Haggard. Strange Occurrence in Clerkenwell by Arthur Machen. Anyway, again, this one's seen better days, obviously. This is from August 1949, it looks like. The Valley of Silent Men, a novel of a lost world by E. Charles Vivian. Another Famous Fantastic Mysteries. What else is in this one? These have definitely seen better days. The Valley of the Silent Men, The Counter Charm by Margaret St. Clair. And Masters of Fantasy, Clark Ashton Smith, The Star Treader. Cool. Plus some other columns. And we have a couple of fantastic novels. This one is a little beat up, and it is from September 1949. It's got The Dwellers in the Mirage by A. Merritt and Platinum by Owen Oliver. Famous Fantastic Novels, or just Fantastic Novels magazine. One of fantasy's great classics, The Dwellers in the Mirage by A. Merritt. Probably some kind of reprint, I'm sure, because that had come out quite a bit before. This one's in pretty cool cover. This is from June 1951. The Girl in the Golden Atom by Ray Cummings. Fantastic novels. I see that all right, I hope. And what else? This one is in a little bit more readable shape, it looks like. We got Spawn of the Comet by Otis Adelbert Kline, The Girl in the Golden Atom by Ray Cummings, The Song of the Sirens by Edward Lucas White, The Shadowy Third by Ellen Glasgow, and War God's Gamble by Harry Walton. You see that? Okay. Then we have a Startling Stories from September something. Let me see. You know how these pulp pages are a little uneven. September 1950. That's a pretty cool cover right there. We got featuring the Cybernetic Brains, a novel of Men and Machines by Raymond F. Jones. Ooh, I wonder if that's a Professor Jameson one. Cool. The Harpers of Titan, a Captain Future novella, a novelette by Edmund Hamilton. Very cool. No, it looks like the Cybernetic Brain is I'm thinking of probably, it's not a Professor Jameson story. It looks like their honeymoon interrupted by apparent death. John and Martha Wilkins are condemned to serve a world in which they can never actually exist. 2 complete novelettes. The Harpers of Titan by Edmund Hamilton. The Energy Eaters by Arthur K. Barnes and Henry Kuttner. And short stories Cosmic Hotfoot by Jack Vance. Down the River by Mac Reynolds, and Exit Line by Matt Lee. Interesting. Cool. Again, not in world-beating shape, but nice bright cover there. Okay, this one was not wrapped up, and it's missing a part of the cover, but this is, I guess, Astonishing Stories. Slaves of the Unknown, a Professor Jameson novelette by Neil R. Jones. Okay, it was not Raymond F. Jones, it was Neil R. Jones that wrote those. We also have The Daughters of Eternity by James McCrae. Let's see what else we got in here. So fortunately, it's missing barely holding on to the cover there. Let's see, Tracks Across the Darkness by Robert Arthur. The Shadow People by Ray Cummings. Short stories, those were novelettes. Short stories, The Man Who Knew Roger Stanley by Joseph Gilbert. Pied Piper by Lyle Monroe. Daughters of Eternity by James McCrae. Voice in the Void by Walter Kubilius. And The Message by Richard Wilson. Anyway, and this one is, did I say when it was from? This is from March 1942, so that's an older one. No Weird Tales in here. I was looking for my Weird Tales. I know I have a Weird Tales from the 40s that has a John Thunston story in it. I don't know where it is. I can't find it. And I've dug through everything in my storage, so I'm guessing that maybe I took it with me back to Japan in the past, and I've got it buried somewhere in a box. Have to dig for it when I get back there. That would be ironic if I had a Weird Tales issue, a pulp issue with me already in Japan, but wouldn't be surprised if such a thing would happen. It's got to be someplace. I know I bought it, so I don't remember giving it away. I don't know why I would have, so it's got to be there somewhere. Okay, the rest of these, I believe, are all fantastic adventures, and they're not in any sort of time order, but we have one here from 1950, September 1950. Warrior Queen of Mars by Alexander Blade. Gotta love these goofy covers here. Anything that's from the 50s should have been under a different editorship. Rob at SpaceArchives and I read and reviewed stories and a complete novel in a Fantastic Adventures pulp earlier this year on my channel, and had a lot of fun, even though the stories were, spotty. And there was a lot of interesting background about the very strange and colorful editor of the magazine at that time. But then it turned over to a editor who was a little better at pulling out stories from his stable of writers. Here we have Warrior Queen of Mars, some illustrations in there. by Alexander Blade. That sounds like it's got to be a pseudonym. Queen of Mars, and again, as other people have mentioned, fantastic Fantastic Adventures always puts the length of the story, which is really cool. I don't know if you guys can see this and freeze on it if you need to get the close-up of the table of contents. But Warrior Queen of Mars is a novelette. We got Detonator by Walter Sheldon. The Ship Sails at Midnight by Fritz Leiber. The Last Bounce by William Tenn. So we're getting a little higher caliber of writers already, I think. No Head for My Beer, or Buyer, I guess, by Lester Del Rey. Lorelei Street by Craig Browning, and The Fifth Child by Auguste Derleth. So not a bad stable of stories there. Now this one I'm really excited about. This might be from an earlier time when, yeah, this is from April. This one might be from earlier. Yeah, April 44. So this is a wartime pulp issue, and so it's, thicker, but it does feature The Return of John Gore by Robert Moore Williams. Yeah, baby, that's cool. I have a couple of John Gore, at least one, if not two, John Gore novels put into paperback form with cool, more modern covers, but that's very neat. But at this stage of the magazine, maybe the stories are a little iffy otherwise. So again, during this era, the Pulp magazine, this Pulp magazine had a little, interesting editorial content there. But I'm glad to see that one. This one appears to be, I know at least Nick at the Book Graveyard, maybe Rob at L Space had this copy also. And if so, Rob and I will review another one together one of these days. If you have this one, Rob, let me know. And this is The Tale of the Red Dwarf Who Writes with His Tail by the Red Dwarf himself. Look at that cover. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. And I think I forgot to tell you when this was from. This is from May 1947. So post-war, but still pretty thick. A couple more. This is The Serpent Has Five Fangs by Don Wilcox. Mr. Anonymous by David Wright O'Brien. There we go. So the colors are still looking pretty good on the covers of these things. And this one has an illustration on the back. That's pretty cool. When does this one date from? December 1945. So this would still be under the editorship. I wish I could remember the guy's name. Help me out here, Rob. Anyway, an editor who frequently wrote some stories in his own magazine and was involved in all sorts of other hinky stuff. Anyway, and we have one more, and a little thinner one, this one, so maybe it's post-war, but it's another John Gore. Very cool. John Gore Fights Back. I know someone else on Pulp Island here on BookTube has shown this cover before with this little head coming out of the water there, giant heads here. Exciting stories of science and fantasy. John Gore Fights Back by Robert Moore Williams. He must solve the secrets of an ancient science or die. Look at this illustration here. Pretty cool. Okay, let's see. Even though I'm annoyed I can't find my Weird Tales, I'm chuffed that I found these old pulps that I didn't know I had. We got John Gore Fights Back. Anyone else here that anyone would know about? This is from December 1951. But no other well-known artists that I can see. But anyway, pretty cool. Never Shoot a Stranger by Charles Creighton. Can you guys see that? All right. Well, anyway, just a little kind of surprise pulp find. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I'll surely read parts of some of these in the future and maybe try to capture a few images out of them, show them off down the road at some point. Anyway, my vacation is going along just fine. I'm a little bit past halfway through it. I've went recently down to Salem, Oregon, and really hit some good bookstores down there. I'll show that haul off in a future video. But I hope everyone's doing well. Talk to you again real soon. Take care.